Guys, I have to come to an exception here, and that is that I am completely freaking addicted to Mario Kart, y'all. Mario Kart World, I am completely freaking addicted to it. Now, I just recently released a review about the game where, like, I kind of go over everything and just, I'm someone who hasn't played a Mario Kart game in like 10 years, right? So, in that review, I gave it a fairly high rating, around like an 8 or so. But honestly speaking, dude, we might have to bump that thing up because this is starting to get out of hand. But first, be sure to like and subscribe before we hop in. Mario Kart World has been completely ruining my sleep as of late because, I'd just be like, hey, just one online game of Knockout Tour, and then, then I'll go to sleep. Next thing you know, 2 hours later, it's really bad. It's extremely bad, and I realize that this game is extremely addictive, extremely fun, and super high quality. Honestly, this game has made me feel like a black person slapped right smack dab in the middle of Harlem in the early 70s or late 60s. Now, if you don't know what was going on in the middle of Harlem in the early 70s or late 60s, this might be a reference to you.
So they own him. Nobody owns me, though.
Hey.
How you doing, baby? That's because I own my own company, and my company sells a product that's better than the competition at a price that's lower than the competition.
Hopefully that helped remind you and what I'm getting at there. That's what it makes me feel when I play this freaking game, and how just it absorbs you and it captures you. It's just like, bro, it just trying to suck you in. It just sucks you in, dude. It is wild. It has honestly been a while. We got our first weekend of the game. The Switch 2 release last week on Thursday or Wednesday or whenever it was. And so, it was just in the middle of the week. But the weekend came around, and then you have a full freaking, weekend. Not really, can't be bothered, right, to play this game. And boy, did it mess up everything. It messed up everything. I was on that game way too much. Now, previously, I ranked this game like an 8-ish or so. And, in that review that we dropped before. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Might have to bump this thing up to like a 9.2. I'm not even kidding. Might have to bump this thing up to like a 9.2. The game is legit addictive AF, bro. It's legit addictive.
My man.
It's wildly addictive. I can't even emphasize this enough. They did a good job on this. I even said that if it didn't have knockout mode, it dropped to like a 6. But once again, I don't know, man. The more I play the game, the more addictive and fun it becomes. So, like, honestly speaking, y'all, these are the ratings that I'm really looking at here for the game. Honestly, I think the rating that we're going to actually give it. So remember in the review, I gave it like an 8, and I said that without Knockout Tour, probably be like a 6.5 or something like that. 6 or 6.5. Honestly speaking, after spending a weekend with it, the game is a 9.2. The game, I'm not even shilling. Like I said, I haven't played a Mario Kart game in like 10 years, dude. Like, I'm not like a Mario Kart super fanboy. I'm not in the slightest sense. Not even remotely. But honestly speaking, the game is like a 9.2. It truthfully is that good. And I'd say without Knockout Tour, we're going to raise it to an 8.5. So at the very worst, it's an 8.5. But honestly, with what we have here, it's a 9.2 because we have Knockout Tour online mode. It is a 9.2 flat out, dude. It is a really good game. And it is super duper addictive. The more you play it, the more competitive it gets, and you start to really have to like think about your strategy and how you're going to approach this. Or if you get knocked out and placed back in the ranks, you have to figure out, okay, well, when I want to use these items, how do I want to go about it? It just gets so expensive, and then the shortcuts, and there's different ways to go about the map, and it starts to get really competitive as you go on further and play, because you're going to end up getting paired with other people who are very much of that same skill set too. So you'll see them do things. You'll be like, oh wow, I didn't even think about this. So now it's like you have to play these things differently because you realize, okay, well, these old strategies won't necessarily work with some of these other people, or I have to, maybe go about this route a different way or something of this sort. And it's something new every single time in the online mode, especially the online knockout tour mode. It's just something new every single time. Because you never know what's going to happen, how you're going to have to adjust and become so competitive, especially getting to like those last rounds where you're the top 4 or the top 8 or whatever. And once you get into those and it just really starts to become competitive, you're sweating, bro. You're sweating, just trying to stay locked in. And you're trying to stay locked in and maybe predict what they're going to do or what items they might have or whatnot. It's really fun. It's extremely fun. Like I said, it's super addictive. There are so many different ways to approach these tracks. It's super wild, just like outside of even Knockout Tour. But there's so many different ways to approach these tracks, and all in all, it's just like a crazy experience, and it has become so enjoyable. Like I said, dude, this weekend really messed up everything because I was playing this game so much, and it was like messing up my whole sleep schedule and everything. Like, I maybe haven't had this fun in ages, to be honest. Just pure, legit, unbothered fun. Maybe I haven't had such in ages. It is that addictive. It is that fun. This game is that enjoyable. The game is problematic in that if I didn't have any other responsibilities, I could easily see myself playing it for like 10 hours straight. Like, easily. And like, the time would go by like that. Like, I wouldn't even realize that the time went by. Easily, which is an issue because I played it for a ridiculous amount of time this weekend, which in turn made it a fairly unproductive weekend. So you see my issue here. And this is where things are just so great about the game. It's just like I said, dude, and I really dived into it with that review that we dropped yesterday, I think it was. But honestly speaking, because I made that review, I originally recorded that review, a few days ago, whereas I edited and finished, dropped it yesterday. So it's like, actually spending that first weekend playing the game and really just diving into it, the game's addictive, dude. I feel like Tyrone Biggums from Dave Chappelle. That cheeseburger. Scratching his neck, dude. That cheeseburger.
I'm not finished, but that's all right.
Honestly speaking, y'all, yeah, we're raising the rating to a 9.2. We are raising the rating that I give this game to a 9.2. Without Knockout Tour Online mode, we put it at a 8.5. So Knockout Tour Online mode, we put it at 8.5. But it has Knockout Tour Online mode. So that's a hypothetical that doesn't exist. So it's a 9.2. It's a solid 9.2, y'all. This game is that good. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not a shill. I haven't played a Mario Kart game in like 10 years. Don't overly care for them. I'm not like super duper excited. In fact, I'm not sure if I've ever played more than like a few hours of Mario Kart 8 or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Like over its entire span. Like ever. I don't necessarily care for Mario Kart games. This is fun as seriously. But at any rate, I had to drop this in here to let y'all know, dude, like, yo, this game is addictive, and I had to drop this in here to let y'all know I'm changing my rating on this thing. So it is definitely worth it. It is a quality game. It could be, I don't know if they're gonna do that, but if it somehow got contender for like, no, there's no way it gets Game of the Year, right? There's gonna be other games. But I wouldn't be upset if it got nominated for Game of the Year. I don't think it should probably win it, because I'm sure there's going to be some other games that come out. But this for sure deserves to get nominated and reach like the final rounds. 100%. It's that good. It's that freaking good. Anyway, y'all, be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know if you have the game, if you're enjoying it, and what you've been doing on with it, how you're feeling about it. Like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Much love. Good luck on your races. You see me in there, I'm not going easy on you. Follow. Spike content.